Why, hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is I, the Copper Owl, bringing you a review on the Nerf Lynx 5D1. I think that's what it's supposed to be, or it's a 50 minus. I don't know. I don't know the abbreviation, but this I didn't know this existed, and this blaster is just a knockoff of the what was it called, X-Shot Hawkeye, but I like it. So it's going to be like a quick review and all that. Let me do my ad real quickly. So, buy my book, The Epic at Cassius Crossroads, at authorhouse.com. You can also get it at barnesandnoble.com. But I get less money out of that, so I prefer you buy it on Author House. Anyway, so I found this at Ollie's, and I didn't know this existed. I was like, what is that when I looked at it? At first I thought it was... Oh, I dropped something. It was a Lego. At first I thought it was like one of those pullback ones, and then I looked closely like, this isn't right. I was like, I've never seen this before. What is this thing? And just holding it, I fell in love with it. This is like Boba Fett's blaster. This is Boba Fett's blaster, essentially. But it's just cheap. And not as cool with a bad grip. The wearing the glove, it fixes the grip. I was going to complain about that. But wearing the glove, yeah. I have to paint it. I should have bought a second one, but I am kind of on a budget, so when it comes to certain things, I do have to watch out on. But yeah. So like the Hawkeye, it's breech open, but you put in the dart right here. I don't know if you put it in like right there with the Hawkeye. Close it up. It's held in by these two pins right here. All that. Pump it and fire. If that was loud, it's because its FPS is actually pretty decent. I thought it was going to be like in the 40s and all that. No, it actually fired at most 66, but I only did it with 3 darts because I'm really tired. Okay. So yeah, stay tuned up at the end of the video. I also can hold the darts, but it comes with 12 darts, but it can only hold 6. So yeah, you got that problem. Well, technically 7, one in the chamber as well. So it's still nice that we got the extra darts, and I do like these yellow darts. They're my favorite. So, but also another thing that reminded me of Boba Fett's blaster is that you can pump it, and it's very easy to pop that off. It still fires. So you can paint this to look like Boba Fett's blaster and just have your friend go boop with the lightsaber and you can recreate a scene where Luke chops off the front of the blaster, but the blaster is still technically fired and all that. So FPS is actually okay. It's going to be like around 64, but yeah. So it's actually okay. I dropped something else, didn't I? Oh, I see what it is. At least this one I found it was just I was messing with some Legos. I gotta organize these things. So, accessories, nothing. It's gonna be a quick review. Sling attachment point. It actually comes with one. That surprised me, and it's actually not a bad one too. Look at that. There's a nice gap between it and everything. It's not like too wide. I'm gonna do a video on sling attachment points in the future and all that. So I have a new criteria for sling attachments, and this one, it passed the test pretty much. I'm going to put calipers through them and all that. But yeah, this one pretty much passed the test. You can put a little to medium-sized carabiner, not caliper, in it. And it works perfectly fine. So it's kind of odd with this type of blaster for it to be there, but it's like, I think it kind of works. So it's good. Because now it's going to change, like, okay, can I just put the sling attachment point on it? That's the criteria. Can I actually do something to put a sling attachment point on it? Okay, and I'm going to get to that in that other video. Comfort. I thought this thing was uncomfortable at first when holding it. I'm using my left hand. I'm going to hold it. It's like, yeah, this stock gets in the way. If it was a little bit more out there, it would be fine. Or if it was like a thumb hold stock, like Boba Fett's blaster, would be fine. But with the glove, it doesn't bother me, so I'm going to say it's okay. And you can remove this black grip off of it, and it doesn't really change much. It kind of just... I didn't even think it was that much of a difference texture-wise. Looks, I think this thing looks good. It very much reminds me of the Wild West, but at the same time, reminds me again of Boba Fett's blaster. You know how much I like the E33. All that. It kind of even reminded me of Gene Starwin's caster gun, but if it wasn't for the scope and the stock, I'd be more okay with it. Profile. Okay. I kind of think like, it does kind of, I know there is a rifle that kind of looks like this. Small one, too. Wouldn't be a problem, but it very much has that type of silhouette. So, tactical points, none. But it does have these attachments, so I'm going to give it an okay. Now, from now on, tactical points are going to also include just things like if they come with the ability to hold their own darts. And all that. Can't use the rocket, can't use the mega. Internals, it's one of those, I forgot what they're called. It's weird internally. I don't know how to take it apart, but I did try. And I don't think it'll be too... I managed to take this off mostly. It has like a peg right here. I took off the grip. I can't take off the handle. And I really want to paint this all black too. Internally, it's going to be really cheap and all that, so I would say bad. Modability, really isn't anything there. Practicality. Now, practicality is interesting. Because it's not practical at all. But at the same time, it's not a bad blaster for competitions where you would have the single shot blasters. So very much it's very much what's the word? Oh, my brain turned off again. With the single shot competition, like the clear shot is pretty good because it holds like 5 darts, 6 in total. This one holds more. This one is also, again, it has a different kind of reload to it. It's got an extra step, but again, you don't have to do that. You could literally just fire your dart, pump it, do that, and fire it again. So there's that. And it fires better. I remember I tested it with the barrel. Okay, without the barrel I didn't. So it might even fire way better without the barrel. So yeah, it's weird in that it has an advantage over, like, again, the clear shot, which I think is actually a good one-shot blaster. But it's not really the best because, again, it's a rifle. It's pretty much a carbine. So yeah, it's like, do we have a revolver? No, not a revolver, a hammer action one-shot blaster, now that I think about it. I don't think so. Oh no, we do. So we have those. So those are still pretty good, but again, you got to reload them and everything. So it's up there. I might one day do a video on one-shot blasters. So practicality is technically okay. Price. So this thing retailed, because you can look at the price from Ollie's. Originally, this thing was $12.99. Now it's $7.99. Problem is, I have no idea where to find this darn thing. I've never seen one before. I didn't know it even existed. So, yeah, I was just like, what is this thing when I saw it? So, price-wise, I say for the $8, actually, it's not bad. It's definitely better than that shotgun thing that they've been putting out there. Results 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's relatively okay to bad. Like, you really gotta, like, it's very much I guess when it's something that is both okay and bad, it's very much up to the beholder and what's the purpose of it. Because it's hard to determine. I don't like. They should have made it like one more extra category so I wouldn't end up in ties, but I think I still would have ended up tying with some stuff. And this is actually well, this one will definitely be an extra, and it'll be a semi. What was it? Clip Springer? I think it was Clip Springer. But I skipped novelty. Definitely a novelty. This thing is not important, but it's very much just a weird thing that existed in Nerf, where they made a knockoff of their competitor. I'm just flabbergasted at this. That it's just a Hawkeye, but with Nerf, and it looks so much cooler. It doesn't even have that dumb shoulder stock gimmick. And I just, where was this whole time? And Nerf, if you're watching this, I want this in Elite 2.0. Just get rid of this scope, put in a tactical rail, and make the stock either fix up the stock, make it protrude out longer, or like have it less of a thing so close to there. Like make it like right here. You do the cut and all that. Perfect. I'll buy this. Hammer action would be cool too. If this was just Triceratops Blaster, pretty much, just remake this into the Triceratops, I'll be perfectly fine with that. Make it a smart AR with 2 shots, perfectly fine with it. I really like this. I want to paint this. I want to make this look like Boba Fett's blaster. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to try. So, this probably is now my favorite Alpha Strike blaster. Just because it's aesthetically pleasing. It's kind of fun to use. And it's going to make a good paint job if I can figure out how to do it. So, what else is there? Oh yeah, the updates. So when it comes to the dart test, the accuracy I'm having problems with. Because 1, I lost some of the darts. And 2, I just don't want to do it. Like, I just don't have the energy to do it. I was going to do it, like, just simplify it and put up one of those things, those targeting systems, and just see how many points I could get with them. The problem is I sold all of them, so I have none. And I know one of the Goodwills in my town has one. So I'm going to go maybe check tomorrow, but if I just don't bother doing it, I'm just not going to do I don't think I'm going to do the accuracy test, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just so out of energy and I'm so depressed lately and I got a buddy who's also depressed. I'd rather help them out than help myself out. So I'm trying to get by at the moment. Not monetarily, I mean, like, just my mind's not working and all that. So I hope you can understand that. If it meant a lot to you that you wanted to see the dart test finished all the way, please comment about it so I could talk to you about it and see if I could come up with a compromise. It's really important if you're listening to this. So thank you all very much. Oh, wait, the bird. Bada bow bow bow. The bird is the word. Thank you all very much. You all have a nice day. Bye-bye.